We all dream of that perfect family home, right? But what happens when that dream turns into an absolute nightmare? Well, that's exactly what we're diving into today. A story about a family who found out they weren't the only ones living in their new house. So, right off the bat, we get this incredibly creepy quote. A strange silence hung over that house. I mean, just listen to that. It's not just a quiet neighborhood. The entire area is described as being as lifeless and terrifying as a dead man. That's the scene that's being set for us, and it is, well, it's not good. All right, so let's meet the family at the center of all this. We've got Ritesh, his wife Ragini, and their little girl Mitali. They're moving into this new, pretty isolated house, and you can just imagine the feeling, right? They're excited, hopeful, but that hope, it's not going to last long. But here's the thing. Someone, or rather something in the family, knows right away that things are off. And it's not Ritesh or Ragini. It's Mitali's pet cat. You know how they say animals can sense things we can't? Well, this cat is basically the first alarm bell. While the humans are unpacking, it's already growling at the house, seeing something that they are completely blind to. And things get intense really, really fast. I'm talking about the very first night they're there. While everyone else is asleep, that cat is wide awake, totally on edge. And believe me, it has a very, very good reason to be. Okay, so check this out. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. The cat starts going crazy, just growling and shrieking at the bedroom door. And then, the lock on the door turns, all by itself. The door just swings open into pure pitch black darkness. A second later, a single white foot steps out of that blackness, like it's beckoning. The craziest part? Little Mitali is awake, she sees the whole thing, and she even starts to raise her hand to go to it. But right at that moment, her mother Ragini wakes up, and boom, the door slams shut. The moment's gone. But here's where things take a really bad turn. Ragini wakes up in a panic, but she didn't see the foot. She just saw darkness and a freaked out cat. So what does she do? She blames the cat. She calls it this unlucky thing and directs all her fear onto it. And this is so important, because by doing that, she's completely missing the real threat. She's getting rid of their only early warning system. So, with the cat now out of the picture, treat it like it's the problem. What do you think happens? Well, the entity, whatever it is, gets bolder. It's not just peeking from a doorway anymore. Now it sets its sights directly on the easiest target, young Mitali. And this is a big escalation. It's not just a foot anymore. Mitali's playing by herself, and she hears a voice. Not just any voice, but a sweet, melodious one coming from the top of the stairs. It's inside the house, and it's speaking directly to her. So creepy. And when she looks up, she sees, well, the description here is just bone-chilling. It's a woman in a white sari. Her hair is flowing, but it's the face. It's white, and she has this big, red kumkum bindi that looks, and I quote, quite scary. It's such a specific, terrifying image. Now, this is the really clever, really insidious part. The woman isn't snarling or looking like a monster. She's smiling. Her arms are stretched out, inviting Mitali to come to her. To a little kid, that doesn't scream danger. It feels safe, it feels like an invitation, and that's what makes this whole thing so much more dangerous. And it works. Mitali is totally mesmerized. She actually starts walking up the stairs, going towards this woman. But just as she's about to go, her mom calls out from another room, "Where are you going upstairs?" And just that one question is enough to snap her out of it. Mitali looks back up, and nothing. The woman is gone, vanished into thin air. The top of the stairs is completely empty. Can you imagine being that little girl? All that's left is confusion, and this creeping fear that her parents have absolutely no clue about. Okay, so the encounters are getting more and more intense. The entity isn't just waiting for Mitali to wander by anymore. Now it's getting personal. It's actively trying to lure her out, and its intentions are becoming frighteningly clear. This next sequence is just, wow. It's pure psychological horror. First, Mitali hears her name being called from outside her window. So she goes to look, and there's the woman, arms outstretched. But then, and get this, she turns around, and the same woman is now standing in the darkness of her own bedroom doorway. It's outside and inside at the same time. She's trapped. But the most unsettling part? For Mitali, this whole terrifying experience just feels like something she'd see on a TV serial. She can't tell what's real anymore. And this is it. This is the moment everything has been building towards. The entity has made its move. It's called her name. It's appeared to her. Now all it needs is for Mitali to answer the call. And she does. She makes a choice. She steps right out of her room. She walks straight towards that figure waiting for her in the dark hallway, and then the door just closes behind her, on its own. And that's where the story leaves us. So you have to ask yourself, what happens when you finally answer that call from the darkness? This whole story is like this terrifying warning, isn't it? It shows us that the most dangerous things out there don't always come at you screaming. Sometimes they come with a sweet voice and a smile, just waiting to lead you away.